Can we call the meeting to order at 4 p.m.?
Okay, we open the meeting.
Michael? Meeting is open. Michael and Ron are here. I do not see anyone else here yet. Um, previous meeting minutes, have you had a chance to look at the minutes from the previous meetings?
Yes.
You have, okay.
Did them both.
Well, okay, I will need a motion to consider the minutes of the 8/27 meeting for approval. You move,
Okay, yes, I move to.
and I second it.
Approve minutes.
Discussion on the motion, none. Michael, do you approve?
Yes.
I approve. Yes. Yeah. Yes, we have recorded that approval. Now, I created quick minutes for the 9/9, CAP meeting, because
Yeah.
we were all there and stuff. You saw those, and so we make a motion to approve those minutes, please.
Yep, I'll make a motion to approve minutes.
I second
September
that
9th.
motion. Second that motion. I don't think we need to discuss it further.
Nope.
All those in favor, Michael?
Yes.
That is approved. Next item on the agenda is the police department, discussion regarding the controls of user manual. LED controls and user manual PDFs. As stated in the agenda, I brought up last time that we have handled the police department, but it occurred to me that the schools may also benefit from having some controls. Hello, I recognize Michelle has arrived. How do you do?
Hello.
Okay, we got audio. Thank you. The So I offered in August to check to see if the schools wanted them, and next item on the agenda, yes, schools suggest a local control would help them use those more effectively. So now we gotta kind of backtrack and figure out which models and stuff have been installed. I'm not quite sure how to do that. I've just begun trying to research it. I guess I would try to figure out from Rise where he sends the bills and how they itemize, stuff like that. If they are, then we'll trace them that way. I'll continue working on this. But Dave was also hearing for the first time that a new grant for Arthur and Brooke will begin scheduling soon. He asked for a copy of the work scope, which I have not sent him yet. He's going to be attending the kickoff meeting, which Kelly's trying to schedule. Did you get a copy of that?
I saw the email. I think you forwarded it.
I sent back, I returned an email because the facilities managers for either school were not on the list of attendees, so I tried to make sure that they get them. I didn't know who to send it to. Could have made that request to Kelly. I don't know, you sure she's familiar with the facilities manager at the schools either, so I asked Nelson to deal with it. Kelly got it and told me that she already covered this with Keurig. All right, so continuing on agenda, page 2. Any more discussion of that? Install schools for that process. I think it's worth doing because if they can use them properly, maybe they will actually save us money. It's hard to tell that they have so far. The next item on the agenda is the climate action plan next steps. Michelle, we had all 3 members at that meeting and on the 9th. I don't know, did you see the minutes that we produced for that meeting? I thought I sent them to you. I produced the minutes for the September 9th meeting because we were all there, and I hope we had sent those to you.
Yes, I did get the minutes. So yeah, thank you for passing those along. I think I also sent out just like a summary of what was discussed as well. I just combined the what was discussed in like the pre meeting before our meeting with volunteers.
Right.
I kind of combined everything together. So I think I sent that out to you guys as well.
I don't recall seeing it, but I can look for it, or you could send it again and I mark here that it's coming if you would like.
Yeah, I can send that out. Yep.
I don't remember seeing it, and I have just been through a terrible period of getting texts and messages from family and stuff. I just got lost, so I may not have seen it yet. But if you send it again, I'll be looking for it, okay?
Okay. Yep.
I'm
I'll do
sorry to
that.
have to ask that, but that's where I am. All right, the, so I guess, we're in discussion of the, actions that Townsend could pursue. You used, in your message to me about what you wanted to talk about at this meeting that was there. So, what do we have?
Yeah. So a lot of this is kind of data gathering and talking to a lot of different people and different resources. So what I'm planning to do and I've started to do is kind of just have all of this list of actions kind of in one place. Considering that we want to have either like another public forum, kind of just informing people of finalized actions. Um, so I've been kind of compiling that together. Um, I've I've reached out to a few people that were kind of mentioned or recommended after the staff focus groups, especially people in kind of like the waste sector. But I just wanted to kind of also get your thoughts on maybe if you had like additional recommendations you'd like to see in the plan, especially as they kind of relate to energy, or other people maybe I should kind of reach out to and talk to as well.
All right, well, Michael, do you have anything you want to?
Nothing that I've formulated at this point.
Maybe you'll think of something while I'm talking. You started the meeting off by talking about the goal, which
Mhm.
was zero at 2050,
Yeah.
right? Um, when we talk about goals, you're trying to get it more specific to down to a Townsend kind of level of goals instead of just a big, statement.
Mhm.
Now, I understand that. But I think along the way, you'll run into some people who say that this is all unnecessary because, there is no such thing as global warming or Professor Shrink down in, East, wherever says that, you're gonna get people who have a contrary opinion to even if it's necessary to talk about.
Yeah.
I think what may have been missing to me in the opening statement was that but I don't know if maybe if you're prepared in the background if this comes up, but I'm pretty sure it will around here. You've are prepared to answer with a fairly concise you know address that's been prepared for that particular thing because I think you can anticipate it. And
Yeah.
even closer to that, people questioning how we reached our conclusions and the methodology and stuff like that could come under question. So I just wanted to kind of prepare us for that possibility, and we'll still be open to discussion of other thoughts and receive them, but be prepared to answer them and be well versed in how to approach that resistance, which can come at any level. I mean,
Yeah.
we decide, for example, that the town needs to get equipment to decarbonize town hall.
Mhm.
Well, later on becomes, do we want to spend the money for that? Because, the debate on the funding becomes another point where you could end up with the same arguments again, same resistance.
Yeah, I don't know how much energy, excuse the term, how
Yeah.
much energy you want to devote. I mean, there's a subset of the population that doesn't accept science. I'm sort of personally, I'm kind of finished arguing with people about it. It's just they don't accept science, period. And yes, if somebody genuinely wanted to understand what it's all about, I would be happy to explain it to the best of my ability. But I don't think it's productive to, argue with people or
No,
debate.
but
Because
I think,
it's not based on, it's not a debate really. It's that they, no matter what you would say, they won't accept it. I mean, in general, I mean.
that is it, but you have to have the debate. You have to
Mhm.
have the debate, the way the rules go. You have to have the debate. You have to leave it open to talk about it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
The direction the country is going is a little bit different from, what we're looking for.
Mhm.
And, recognize that we don't sell oil here in Talendon and, all that, but, the climate issue, just breaking that out, and having a lot of people enthusiastic about addressing it, doing something about it is where we are. And I
Mhm.
just wanted to make sure we're prepared to deal with little bumps, which may be major bumps on the way.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, looking at the survey results, like there are some people that say like, why are we doing this? Or, putting it a little more some comments were, as you can imagine, some of them were saying but I mean like
I'm glad you have a broad range of input. That's what
yeah,
was.
yeah. I mean it's kind of like you just sort of like, okay, thanks for that input, carry on kind of thing. But I mean I do think, you know, in the plan we kind of want to make sure that we're kind of explaining, background information, basics of and not getting like in too much detail, but here's what climate change is, here's what Massachusetts is doing. And I was kind of thinking about that as well. I know the state has kind of the net zero goal for 2050, but I mean I've seen other climate action plans that kind of incorporate other goals as well related to sustainability and so maybe kind of incorporating that language as well might kind of help with some of that. But yeah, I do think you're still going to get people who are like, why are we doing this? Or, I think they might not realize too that it's like a grant kind of funded effort. So it's not, you know, it's not like the town is spending money currently on producing this plan sort of thing. Um, but
Way,
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
that's okay. The other, as a goal, I mean, you asked us what our goal would be. And my ultimate dream goal, and so I think that's where you go to accomplish something, is you say, well, here's the ultimate thing I would like to do. And it may not get to the ultimate thing, but you're headed in that direction. Would be that we can decarbonize this downtown area
Hmm.
and have renewable energy coming in from, either on the lines of that we create here. And have the downtown area be available as a disaster zone, and also the Hawthorne Brook School, they already have a generator over there.
Hmm.
An area where people can come for assistance in the case of a fire or, uh, energy, um, shortage that, we come to get fed and, all that, just the center, towards the center of town. Center, maybe we would even include the Townsend House, because it's a restaurant, you have ability to feed a lot of people.
Yeah.
Make that whole an area that is, unique and isolated, has its own built-in, resilience and, provide the people a place to go and set of communications. You don't want to have it all in one place because a tornado could just wipe it out, but
Yeah.
to have the police station, library of Hawthorne Brook is one center, and over here is another where we provide local power. That's a dream, but probably a long time coming if it ever happens. But that's I think a goal that I would be looking for. But you can only do it like one building at a time. And hopefully along the way, create sources of energy that are not polluting.
Yeah, yeah. And I think you touched on, another aspect that should be included in the climate action plan is that sort of resiliency. Um, making sure that people know where they can go during an emergency, cooling centers, things like that, should also be kind of incorporated and I think important to consider as well. That actually reminds me, are there designated like cooling centers or anything like that within town?
I've never needed one.
Hmm.
I've never heard of
Yeah,
that. Obviously, we have heat waves, that happens,
But
there's a
Yeah.
library and senior center, I think of right away as the place I would go if,
Hmm.
if I needed.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Typically, I think like, yeah, like libraries are usually kind of the go-to place. Um, yeah. Yeah. I wasn't sure if there's like an official kind of designation or anything like that.
I heard of one. Good question.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah. Essentially, we can have kind of the net zero goal. Um, but I think also, there's other sort of related goals, reducing energy usage, and then like the ones you listed as well, kind of promoting resiliency and sustainability, and I think can also kind of be incorporated into that sort of vision.
Okay.
And maybe, it might, again, if people kind of focus on the net zero, maybe it'll kind of help with some of the people who are, kind of against that. Because I feel like people really respond to things like, yeah, reducing waste and preserving natural lands. Like, um,
Okay. Um, Still here. All right, so that's what we got for now. Is there another meeting plan, another place where you'll be getting groups together?
so I know in the scope of work there is a public forum for like a finalized kind of list of actions, just informing them about that. Um, Considering like that we had to kind of switch to the focus group with like municipal staff and volunteers, we might have to kind of do that format for it, or we could try to maybe get more kind of public input. Um, but that's sort of what's on the horizon for that, kind of into the winter.
All right, so right now, if someone were to go, were to hit the button on on the QR code that we
Mhm.
saw last week, what do they, where do they go? What do they get?
So it goes to a survey platform, basically just hosts surveys. So the one we
Okay.
use is called SurveyMonkey. Um, Basically, yeah, they'll go, it gives them kind of like an introduction, and then they can fill out the survey, and then I can look and see like what the responses are and like the number of people who um, respond to the survey.
Okay.
So that's another thing too, like we're at I think around 55 responses. The one thing I wasn't able to do is kind of like in-person flyers and stuff like that. Um, I'm wondering, would you be able to like post them at like I think one restaurant I went to was the one you mentioned. They have like a bulletin board kind of out where you first
You
walk in.
there are a few restaurants in town. I could ask, I would ask permission. I'd want to try to do something less than 8.5, 11, but probably a 7 by, 5 by 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
They're both, it's not too intrusive.
Hmm.
Uh, but at the entrances, some places may actually get us something. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be willing to try to, to talk to managers and owners and stuff and try to get that posted, probably half a dozen or so that we could do easily.
Yeah, yeah, because I with when the forum was going to be public, I reached out to a few places and they said, yeah, you can just like go and post stuff. They didn't really need anything to be like reviewed, I guess. But yeah, yeah, that's kind of the one thing, being that I'm like in Cambridge, it's a little difficult to kind of do that um from down here. But
Well, let's set a goal of getting another, at least 100 responses, set a goal of 100 responses. That's
yeah,
probably,
I think that would be, pretty good.
all right.
This is running to the end of October, is that right?
Yeah, yeah. So end of October. I'm thinking like maybe we could extend it a little bit into November, but I don't think I want to kind of continue having it open like into the winter and
Yeah, all right, so if you produce it, I'll try to bring it out to people.
okay, great. Thank you.
And I have a color printer, I can print that if you don't want me to do that. I have a color printer will work, if you have color, it might work better.
Okay, yeah. Thanks.
All right, so, thank you for that. Is any further, to be discussed on the climate action plan?
No, I think once I kind of get that list and spreadsheet completed, I can share it with you and we can kind of look into preparing for like a public forum or um, kind of how we want to maybe present some of those findings.
All right. Um, End of that. Okay, next, item on our agenda is the master plan activity. Uh, Last meeting, Michael was still working with the, planning board regarding the master plan. To accommodate the energy topic, and I would like to try to update us on what's going on with that.
Yeah, I met, I believe it was September 2nd. I met with Beth Faxon, who's the staff person for the planning board. Yeah, we just went over the changes. It's a pretty short meeting. Originally, there was a discussion that they would put in our suggested changes. Well, I should say, our suggested changes have been approved by the planning board. So the only question was exactly how are we gonna change the document?
Mhm.
And originally it was gonna be, well, we'll put some sort of thing at a little section at the beginning that will just have all the changes. And we talked about it and I said, why don't we just have a new document, that incorporates the changes? So we decided that made the most sense. And the only thing I'm uncertain about is, I think the way we left it was that Beth would try to produce a new document, but that I would help her. And I actually just called her to have her remind me, what help she needs. I mean, if it's a question of editing a Word document, or whatever it is, I could easily do it. So I'll work with Beth and I mean, we could have this done, any pretty quickly. Just, it hasn't happened yet, but I think before the next meeting, I'm pretty confident we'll.
You don't think it'll take too much of your time then when you're?
No, I don't think
At this point, okay, so now we're trying to, next thing on if we're done with that for now. The next step, on the agenda was the web page update. We have a QR link that we could use, but it's already taken, we're renewing. Okay, so you have time and wonder if you're willing to work on this webpage update with me. I think we gotta try to bring it up to speed in a number of ways. But if people are gonna start looking at it.
Yeah.
We gotta have it represent where we are.
Yeah, I mean, I can give some thought to what we might want to say on a web. I don't actually know how you update a web page. I mean, was there a question as to maybe there's somebody in the town who does it? I don't know.
So how far did How far did you get, with the, well, I just addressed this question to Michelle. How far did you get with Nelson regarding, helping us with the webpage?
So I
changes?
know they updated a little bit with the like climate action plan. They put the link to the survey. Um I'm not sure about like the actual like energy committee page if they've made any of those updates. It doesn't look like they did. Um but yeah.
All right, so there's an effort being talked about, but there's nothing really happening, is what we're saying, okay, so.
Yeah, that's unfortunately what it seems. It seems like they really like for as far as like municipal capacity goes, they can just kind of add pages and then like links and stuff, but um it doesn't seem like they can do very um I'm not really sure like what the word is. Like uh a total like revamping, I guess, of the page.
Right. We don't know whether they have I think there's a contractor for this, but they don't have money.
Yeah.
All right,
And
I think,
sorry.
I think,
Oh,
I think we should go ahead and try to develop, what we would like that page to look like.
mhm.
And, present that, and then it's up to them to actually do what we ask, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
ask for permission to make their webpage look like it should. Um, all right, so let's leave that, you and I both come up with, kind of suggestion, outline of, maybe in a little more detail than I did before, which is an outline of your head topic.
Mhm.
But, next meeting, we'll try to spend 15 minutes on that, okay?
Yeah, I think so what's your name?
Hi, I'm Jack Corey. I'm the assistant.
Yes, come on, sit down with us,
Oh, okay. Hi. I was just closing up and I heard you talking about the website.
Yeah,
So I just wanted to let you know the clerk's office, we sort of are acting as the webmasters for the town right now.
Mhm.
So, if you give us anything to update on the website, we'd be happy to do that.
Okay, good. We're in an edit process now, and Nelson was telling us there's no budget for it, so, but you have the ability to do it in the day.
yeah, so in other words, I could give some thought to what would be nice to have on the webpage, or whether it's text or some sort of.
Well,
Yeah.
at that point, we want to sort of outline, I think, and then we work on the specific text
Right,
of
right.
what we want to do.
But yeah, I wouldn't have any idea how you turn that into, a webpage, or an updated webpage.
But I think we come to the ideas first and then we'll brainstorm that. Thank you.
Yep, whatever you want to send to us, we'd be happy to put on this.
Appreciate it.
Great.
All right, thank you. Sorry to storm your meeting.
No, I appreciate it. I'm glad
The
to.
rare occasions we have somebody,
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
All right, so that's for next meeting. All right, yeah, I brought this subject back, the minute status. I was spending a lot of time trying to organize, find, first of all,
Mhm.
missing minutes that were prior to my being there. And organize all the minutes with the same kind of name format, so they would sort, probably, because it drives me crazy when you have a meeting from 1 year and then. Next meeting, you read in the sequences from meeting from 4 years ago, and the next meeting, I don't like that, so I was trying to make those changes to the names of the files, so they would automatically sort.
Hmm.
And I'm giving up on that, cause I'm just gonna do the most recent 3 meetings at a time and kind of go backwards until I run into something that I gotta. Work with, so my meetings are all in there, but I have to.
You're sorry about that.
We send them only like 3 at a time.
When you go to the website, you mean a lot of them are not there, you can't find minutes of previous meetings?
You can find meeting for a previous meeting, but if you scroll backwards, you're supposed to be scrolling backwards to an older meeting.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, you get a new meeting and the old, and that, the way they seem to lay out.
Mhm.
And I asked Jack, a week ago, it was to town clerk's office, and asked him, if they needed to have it done a certain way to sort properly. He says, oh, no, we'll sort it. I don't know what that, I don't know to what detail they will look at it, but I've already the ones that I produced in the last couple of years are all named in the same format, so going backwards a couple of years, that's all people will really.
I mean, file names, it's easy to do.
Good, very fair.
2025 dash
Yeah,
ten,
exactly.
10-01,
That's exactly what I
whatever the
did,
date, you know.
that's what I did,
Yeah,
but some of them had no date. And but particularly the older ones, but I'll be start sending those through. And then, just the. A lot going in with my family this week, I never got a chance to send any this week, but I will do that. Not reasonably expected 48 hours before the meeting, I wrote none there, but I'm gonna take it out. And say that let's see, just got a note, email copy from. Karen Chapman, MRPC, and she asks, is Townsend gonna use the $3,000 we got for administrative costs? Gonna be used for MRPC or Kieran? Our own. Now, I don't know, I don't know why there's even a question. But apparently there's not a lot of good communication over what Kieran can and can't do. He's a 15 hours a week employee. So I don't know, and it's like. The certainly has been some confusion because the contract. Came in like August 12th. It was sent directly to Nelson, who is our designated contact or contract. And a month later. It hadn't been signed or anything done with it. I don't know what he was waiting for. But he did finally sign it, get it through, and then now Karen got involved somehow in there. And Karen knew that, so her question is he doing it or am I doing it? I mean, it's first of all, logical question. And I think she addressed that question to Nelson, but I called. So what I'm adding here is it just brings to bear the fact that I don't think Townsend has a well-organized system for dealing with this stuff. People don't know their responsibility. Yeah, and these MRPC contracts, these grants are competitive. Not only getting the contract, but getting the work done quickly as can. Because you can't go again until you're done.
right.
So I'm intending to attend the kickoff meeting. And I will make sure that everybody understands that I consider timeliness a part of being competitive. So you get it done, that's all. And we'll have both facilities managers there as well as Rise. That's all I have. It just been upsetting to us for as long as it's been here, that at the end of these things, it always goes to crap. You have to like manually pull it together. It's because they have no system of dealing with the school. I don't, or some issue, I don't know, but I'd like them to address that. Maybe Karen can spend 4 hours of his 15 to design a system. All right, open forum, none. And we'll schedule the next meeting. I'm gonna propose November 19th. 4 PM on the Wednesday, the 19th.
Yeah.
I have not
Be good.
made any room reservations or anything, but it looked like a day that was in between holidays and.
Yeah, it's a week, I assume that's the week before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yep.
Right, I'll put that on the calendar.
Oh, you can do that, okay?
Yeah, Wednesday, I can do Wednesday 4, yeah.
I'm just gonna double check my calendar too, but
Look okay?
looks
All
good.
right. If there's nothing else, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting,
Okay, I second the motion. Michael,
yes.
Ron, yes. We'll adjourn 4:35 PM.